Now I'm gonna get straight to it. If you like this content, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, share. You know, it's very important. You know, and if you would like to donate for the growth of this channel, link will be in the description. Excuse me, it's a tad bit chilly out, but I'll get to it. This will be part 1 about Enki and Enlil. Okay. If you don't know who Enki and Enlil is, I'm gonna try my best to focus, you know, on main characters, because I know sometimes I'll be trying to talk about the father, the mother, and all that at once. I don't think it's too much of a big deal, but I figure if I stick to the topic as far as Enki and Enlil, but letting you know they are who you would call and who they call the Anunnaki. Now, the Anunnaki, there are a lot of different depictions on how the Anunnaki look, what they came here to do, and was they part of, did they create humanity? And some believe that they did, and some believe that they only spliced the DNA. So I want to first start off by saying that there's many different beliefs. Okay, now Enki and Enlil said to be extraterrestrial or alien, you know, advanced beings that some say came to Earth to mine gold for their planet. And I guess they didn't want to do all the physical work. They couldn't do it all themselves. So they wanted to create a quote unquote slave race, or a race of beings to do the work. Okay, so I guess Enki and Enlil, you know, they have a father named Anu, which I'll get to maybe in, I will, just depend on, like I said, the support of the channel. You know, just let me know if you like to hear stuff like this, etc. So, anyways, they came to Earth to mine gold, so they was, you know, splicing the human DNA. I mean, there were already a race of beings here before the Anunnaki. It tells you that in the text. Any story that you read, there were already beings, life that existed on Earth before the Anunnaki came. But from my understanding, they were the one DNA to make us. And and when I say us, again, let me be careful with the way I'm wording this, because some people believe certain people were the offspring of this creation, and some people actually believe that certain, you know, entities on Earth are actually come from the bloodline of the Anunnaki. So it gets deep, but I'll stick to the basics of the story. And excuse me if I pause for a second. Of course, as always, the monitoring spirits, but you know, I might pause for a hot second. Excuse me. She'll be back. Enki and Enlil. Okay. Anyway, so they were splicing the human DNA. As they were splicing the human DNA, I guess the race that was already here, which some would say probably was ape-like, etc. You know, there's many theories about who and what the Anunnaki was and what their purpose was, how they looked, and what they came to Earth to do. Excuse me. lot be going on sometimes every time I come out here. That's another reason why I be trying to do the majority of these videos, inside lately. But so anyway, they came to Earth. Again, I was saying that there were many different, theories or beliefs on who they were and what they came here to do. I don't know if you can hear that, and again, I apologize. It's just a lot be going on, and I have to just pay attention. I try not to pay attention to the monitoring ones, etc. But anyways, let's get back to the story, right? So as they were splicing the human DNA, which was, some say, ape-like creatures before, the humanity, I guess, was advanced. So as they was advanced to what is becoming today. So as they were splicing the human DNA, they had to keep practicing over and over because they was making some of the humans of their creation was coming out deformed, one arm, two arms, just not looking right. Some believe even to this day is the reason why some people have deformities now. So but as they were splicing the human DNA, they had to keep on making these creations over and over and over again because there were so many that they were making and they was just deformed and they just wasn't looking right. So finally, after so many tries, they got the perfect, I guess what we would call humans. Now, I'm gonna have to do my due diligence more, even though I have, but I like to make sure I go over the story more so I can be more correct on what I'm saying. So I think Enki may be the one that they would say is disagreeable to humanity, but I could be wrong, could be the other way around. But I believe Enki didn't take too much a liking to humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really wanted to do away, with this creation, and Enlil took some kind of a love, a liking for humanity, and he didn't want Enlil and others to destroy the humans. This also could be referred to like in biblical texts and when God wanted to destroy the earth and this and that. A lot of these things I think come from this story. The biblical stories, I believe, came from the story of the Anunnaki, etc. So that's part of the reason why they say that, that's what the Anunnaki did. And some say that they are our creator, meaning all of us. And some say that they were even our ancestors. And they will call them ancient astronauts. I've seen many depictions of them. Some they look like Middle Eastern. Some could even pass for, black, African, or whatever you want to call it. Because you see like the dreadlocks, the locks in the hair. And then I've even seen some that look kind of Europeanish. So we all know looks can be deceiving, but the majority of the tests I've seen, they were actually dark complected beings that look like you and I. And when they said, "Let us make men in our image," some say that this was Enki and Enlil when they was creating mankind. Now, I may end up cutting this story short, but I'm going to come with part 2, and I'm going to do more of my due diligence, because again, I know a lot about the story, but I want to make sure I get more in details. So this will be part 1 of Enki and Enlil. The Anunnaki, the sons of Anu. The Anunnaki, those that came from heaven down to earth. So yeah, that's part 1. Part 2 coming. So I'm not gonna do a million parts either. I'm gonna probably get up to 3 parts of this because the Anunnaki story is so complex in a way, and again, there's a lot of different aspects and theories and beliefs of who they are, how they looked, what they came to earth for. Not one person has, the same belief. But this is the primary story. So for people that believe that the Anunnaki is coming back and here, etc., could be. But I think that they were the prime creator, especially from the life that was already here. Now, who are the ones that was already here? Is it all of us, or is it certain beings, certain species, etc.? Because believe it or not, certain entities are believed to be spliced with animal DNA. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, share. You know, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe, excuse me. And if you like this content, again, and if you like this story, again, part 2 will be coming real soon, and I'm gonna get in more details. I'm trying to just focus on Enki and Enlil because, again, they had their father Anu, and I don't want to say their mother was Isis, but I believe their mother was Isis, and I'll come with separate stories, you know. But again, I'm gonna end the story. But like, comment, and subscribe, share, turn on your post notifications, get the likes up, get the subs up, and yeah, more to come. Triple ones. Owners 13.